Hello and welcome students. In today's class we'll continue with the chapter Australia, and in this module we'll learn about the physical divisions of the continent. So the first one is the Western Plateau. In this module we are going to learn about the Western Plateau in detail, and in the upcoming modules we'll learn about the other physical divisions, that is the Central Lowlands, the Eastern Highlands and the coastal plains. Apart from that, there are two other important features, that is the Great Barrier Reef and the Rift Valley of Australia. So students, let's start with the Western Plateau. Here is the map. So first look at the location of the plateau, and you can see the pink color has been used to show this plateau. If we observe this carefully, we'll find several deserts like the Great Sandy Desert, Gibson Desert, West Australian Desert and Great Victoria Desert. So these are the major ones. There are several other small deserts in this plateau. Apart from deserts, there are certain low hills or mountain ranges, and one of them is Hamersley Range, and there are others like the McDonnell Range and Musgrave Range. Apart from these ranges, there is also Darling Range, which lies in this plateau. So this is all about the general topography of the Western Plateau. Let's learn more. The Western Plateau of Australia is a vast plateau made up of very hard rocks. So definitely all the plateaus of the world, they are made up of very hard crystalline rock, and they are very much durable. By this I mean that they are not easily eroded. They are not prone to erosion. It includes the Western Australia, the Northern Territory and the large part of South Australia. So these are the three states and territories of Australia, and the Western Plateau is extending over all these three states and territories. There are a few mountain ranges about which we have discussed just now, like the Darling Range, Hamersley Range, McDonnell and Musgrave Range. Now students, in this plateau there is a very unique feature, we can say a physical feature, that is Ayers Rock, and the original people of Australia, known as Aborigines, they are actually indigenous to this continent, means they are living in this continent from the beginning, and they call it Uluru. So this is a word, and let's know what does it mean. So it means that the place where the wind mourns between dawn and dusk. So if you look at the picture of Ayers Rock, you will understand the meaning. That means the word Uluru will be, the meaning of the word will be justified. So this is the location of Ayers Rock in the Western Plateau of Australia. So this is the map. Let's look at the picture. So this is the Ayers Rock. This is the world's largest monolith, means it's a single rock, and there are certain drawings, we can say carvings on it, which is made by the Aborigines, and this is a very important tourist spot of Australia. So the most interesting thing about this rock is that you will have to walk 10 kilometers to go around it once. So you can imagine, children, how big it is. It's a massive rock. It's the world's largest monolith, a single rock. In local language, that is the language of the Aborigines, the Ayers Rock is called Uluru, which means place where the wind mourns between dawn and dusk. So it's so massive, it looks like a giant sleeping in a huge monotonous area, or in a vast area. It's like a giant sleeping. So let's see some more pictures. So this is a typical Aborigine, and the photograph is clicked to show the connection between the Aborigines and the Uluru. This is another picture. You can see in such a huge area where there is no other elevation or change in relief, the rock is lying as if a giant is sleeping. Alright, so this was all about the Ayers Rock, the world's largest monolith. Let's proceed. So much of the interior of the plateau is desert. So there are several deserts all over the Western Plateau. So we have already seen in the map. Here also we can see the Great Sandy Desert, the Gibson Desert, the Great Victoria Desert, and the West Australian Desert. So these are the major ones. And you know what? This plateau is rich in minerals. So wherever in the world plateaus are there, they are rich in minerals because they are very old, and minerals are formed by when fossils and other material or matter, organic matter like plant matter, animal matter, they undergo chemical changes, then they get transformed into valuable minerals. So iron ore, uranium, lead, copper, nickel, zinc. So these are the important minerals found in the Western Plateau. And even cultivation is done in some part of the plateau where soil is a bit fertile, and livestock stations are very popular. We call them sheep station in Australia. So these sheep stations are well organized, and the animals are kept in a very hygienic and proper condition, and what is extracted from them is wool, meat and milk. So these are the products which is extracted from the animals, and for this only the sheep stations or livestock stations are established in Australia, especially in the western part. And the most important thing required for this is grassland. So wherever there is grasses are there only the sheep stations are started or established. The interior of the plateau receives very scanty rainfall and therefore occupied by vast deserts like, let's mark in the map, Great Sandy Desert, Gibson, Victoria and West Australian Desert. And again it's written about the minerals, rich in minerals. So students, this is a repetition, twice they have mentioned it. So this is all about the Western Plateau of Australia. So thank you very much. In the next module, we will learn about the Central Lowlands.